My level 11 mutated scholar on classic, which means if we die, my save is gone. Done. Nada. Dead. Kaput. So, hopefully we don't die. This is Cud. I'm this. I'm this. This is me. I'm Orbuntu. It's me. I'm friendly, apparently. Lies. I'm friendly. I have equipped a lacquered leather armor, which means stuff just kind of dribbles off of it. Goggles, nylon backpack, deactivated displacer bracelet, flaming painted bronze two-handed sword. Okay. Orbuntu, fucking, you watch your mouth. Semi-automatic pistol, slender boarskin gloves, and slender boots. We are currently in the town of Ass, also known as Yappa. Yappa is basically your starter village. This is the world map for Caves of Cud. This is static and doesn't change from run to run. The general locations of things are static. However, each one of the tiles on the overworld up here, if I hit L, I can look at them. Each one of these tiles is made up of, I think it's 3 by 3 is one parasang, so it's like 9 tiles, basically. Those are all randomly generated. So the locations of important structures like the Rusted Archway, Red Rock, or Rust Wells, or fucking Takoyaki the Village, the Grit Gate, or Golgotha, or Bethesda Susa, or, of course, the Great Spindle Beyond. These don't change. These will always be in the same places. However, there are little random locations, well, not random, but there are little locations that can be discovered, such as this one, which move from place to place in each run and can be found through various means. And there's also just random, like, if I hide my camera again, like right here, there's a little cave right there, which has a random location in it. And also there's under the labyrinthine shade, deep within the earth cleft scratches an ancient precinct where eaters dwelled and dreamed. Places like that, you know, like these little locations are just randomly scattered around. So I go to move, and I go to like fast travel along the world to like zip us up into the desert, and I go to move one tile and tells me there's ruins nearby. Excellent. I will gladly partake in some ruins, friends. Each time you join in with the quest for wares, yes. Who am I allied to? We're pretty early days still. Not really allied with anybody currently. But I could show you the I have to like unbrain out of Dwarf Fortress bindings. Oh, these people fucking hate me, but that's usual. Let's see. Dogs like me. Dogs like me. The Fellowship of Wardens don't hate me. What was it? It was the Unshale. I want to get mollusks on my side, because having mollusks on your side is fun. And I did something earlier in this run that I vaguely remember that made, I think it was unshelled something or another's hate me less. Yeah, mollusks hate me slightly less. They dislike me, but docile ones won't attack me. Mapago don't care, which is like rare. I feel like they always hate me. Yeah, everything's pretty just default right now. Let's explode. So for my build, I am an Esper, which means I have mind mutations. We have Force Bubble, which is like I can make a shield around myself. We have Light Manipulation, which means I shoot lasers out of my eyeballs, and I'm also a light source. I have Mental Mirrors, so when people use psychic attacks on me, they bounce back, and I go, hey, suck it, nerd. We have Psychometry, which whenever I touch things, I can learn how to make them. I have Sense Psychic, means I can see psychics through walls. We have Quantum Jitters, which means there's a slight chance I accidentally break the space-time continuum and teleport me somewhere. And then Psychic Glimmer basically means that intergalactic Time Lords know how to show up and try and murder me. And Disintegration is what it sounds like. That's a crocodile. Let's shoot it. Please. It dead? It dead. got stuck. Going around in the water. I'm just auto-exploring right now, so it's no hands, Ma. Which is a very useful feature in this video game. We're exploring some ruins, which is this weird structure. This particular weird structure is made of fulcrete. Islands of carbon gravel populate an ocean of bitumen and rise from the horizontal plane towards the emptiness of air rasp. Time and pressure have laid hairline trenches along the basin. What's up, Gangry? Sounds like the Doctor, but angrier. I haven't seen a single second of Doctor Who stuff ever, so I wouldn't know. Ooh! Very marked from going on 1. It squeezes rock-hard pellets. Excuse me? That's a book. Ivory Dunes Sea Are Like Waves, Volume 5. Okay. If anybody wants me to read one of these books, well, normally what I say is it's $10 in bits or tips, but I don't know. You guys have been ludicrously generous today. Let's laze this thing to death. Jubilation and Prosperity 3rd Edition. Sure. So I will read a book for you guys, chat. Because you guys have been stupidly kind today. Because I found some books. And this game has some of the best books I've seen in a video game. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Although, first, we gotta obviously go to the campfire. That I can cook. So first, we're gonna quickly whip up a meal. We're gonna toss a glowpad leaf, a dash of glowfish cheek, a silver snapjaw hunter's face, and some glowfish cheek into a pot, and we stir. Fishy snapjaw face soup. Okay. Sure. Now that we've done that, it squeezes rock-hard pellets. Actually, chat, it squeezes rock-hard pellets. Ivory Seas Dunes Are Like Waves, V, Volume 5. Jubilation and Prosperity 3rd Edition. Occasionally something very remarkable, or very marked and going on from 1. Which book should we read? Cheek face soup, actually. There's face in that. There was face in that soup. Which one should we read, chat? Basically, E, F, G, or H, or I. E, F, J, G, H, or I. Occasionally something very remarkable. Chat wants pellets? No. Wait until you hear me read these books, though. You're going to think that the Discord word stories are so coherent. Chat's saying, eee! Okay. We're going to read this. And Rust Caves of Golgotha, Chrome Graveyard, following the regicide of Mahmet I, quite inherited its first foreign-born ruler, often claims to have embarked such dread that rivers drew their chariots into a vast lake. One may, if one likes, to find how many molecules. There are documented cases of mammals accepting the mimic. It is lined with wicked, blade-like teeth. You'll be able to consolidate power and wrest his father's wisdom and will. The scarab worm is attached to the emeration of dust particles. In valuable form gives rise to a massive barrel. That's a good question. Ingesting one tonic under the rampart of free seer. And in a few minutes, alone to attach the wire, born by Haram, son of Eshram, and so sued in the heat. Byron by Inet, the daughter of Haram, who calmed the descendancy, I can read, from Rowan Godfather and brother of Sotor King. The thing snaps and sparks at you, though I've heard that it is told all kings are mad. Like this fucking reading. The untreated patient will complain of aching joints and restricted movement until the pall of evening was cast, and then the cloud. The scores of your vision Unfortunately, we require more than a willing spirit. Zero, O sovereign fathers, I tremble before your glory. The embody of essence and of disease is fully 9 times more hazed than the distance apart of the elder upon settling into his eye. And the accounts for the artless beast who's transformed into wood. We are forever in their world-spanning treks, and these vasts stopped abruptly when Mahmet's successor, Utut, the boorish, we observe his hypotheses disproved. No consensus was reached among them for 8 years. For 8 years, the brothers warred until Cairo I was primed for it. Though worship at the recitation of the chromatic fabric ornately embroidered with decorative slip. These may be made to move with less velocity. There resides a mighty shaman, Mamun, soul drinker, with the stature and girth of a demigod. That's actually like part of a questline. Sometimes the mass mind owing nothing to distinguish from the atom, from the manage abilities menu. Yet the particles indents certain clouds, which screened off of the influences of the planet of medical potency. He withdrew from the ancient he withdrew from the ancient stinking ground. That's what that says. Is light and faintly illuminated, unshrouded, part of the human fist. This crab scuttles forth beneath the strained onyx shell. I saw, and from that obtained the number is not so large, but it is 4 times the demeanor of Rapturus. Cone a singular learning to improve the lives of his life-yelling incursions of the period indicates Abram spent the remaining years of his swiny hands are stained with pygmy blood. Tonics produce more potent elixirs of a cloud the greater the number in cubic inch. There are some 70 different kinds of matter, the structure and motions, which are involved. A silver thrush heralds a fossil harvest bountiful in chrome. I intend to ascend the spindle at Ombunporch. Shall I continue, chat? How we doing out there? You guys okay? Yeah, you guys are good? Your brain is still computing? You know, so my headcanon about these books is that they're written in perfect English. But nobody in this world knows how to understand it. So they're trying really hard to, like, understand these ancient texts from times before. And they just can't. Yes, sedentary. Yes, absolutely. All right, let me. Shall I continue? That is all. Once the man had chosen to serve as free seer and invited us to descry her beauty, as she shines sublimely in her virgin modesty. Each weapon has a powerful effect in destroying these organisms. I learned on Ettenspine, I think is how you say that, to the west, though I preferred to sup with the precision of dexterity. You change to attack with an assortment of sinister-looking nodules protruding from it. Get acquainted with the charred or drowned corpses of their voidcasters. But people are known to take up residence in the lustrous chrome face of this spider. Within each man, a goat, the eater's flesh is moist and delicious. Switch to the freehold. And this was known in the air was remarkably clear and brilliant and varied in its furrows. It is too late. You hope someone entered the stream in the last 2 minutes? What's freaky and, like, cool about the books, though, is sometimes you'll be reading it, and there will just be a block of text that is direct instructions on how to find a hidden item. Like, genuinely, like, pinpoint accuracy on the map. Like, go here, there is a shotgun. It's really cool when the game does that. It's very rare. It's only happened to me once or twice, but every time it's happened, it's like, oh! I want to know what occasionally something very remarkable is. It's only 4 pages. I'll skim it. Flesh of the Beasts by starlight. Now I count myself lucky to call him my warden. Where can you pick up a copy of It Sneezes Rock Hard Pellets? You know what's funny about the It Sneezes Rock Hard Pellets part is I know what that's referring to in the game. Because these books are, they're Markov chains with using text from a whole bunch of public domain novels, as well as all of the text from the game itself, which is why every now and again the game will accidentally generate a book that's just like, here's directions on how to beat an endgame quest. Which is awesome. All right. Let's go and explore the desert, shall we? So we're going ruin hunting. We found the Platinum Nook Iwar. You know the location of Platinum Nook Iwar? In the ruins section of your journal. It is dark, so I'm gonna wait until sunlight. Okay, you want to kill me? What are you wearing? This is a raider. Wind passes subletched fob and necklace against the humanoid form. The fabric of it is embroidered to rhyme with patterns in salt. All right, so I'm going to laser. And then I'm gonna wait. So there's probably more dudes on this. Oh, okay, these are a little sketch. Although if I can take them out, they're good XP. These are actual dragons, basically. Only have so many shots, though. Can shoot my, I'm not actually sure what gun I'm using. My semi-automatic pistol at him. Uh-oh, people teleporting in. I'm outie. I reload my gun. Rumbles. Disintegrate. We're gonna disintegrate the dudes around me. Wait 3 turns. So it really sounds like an AI made it. It's not AI, it's just procedural generation. They're different things. Okay, so there is a sentient, intelligent psychic behind this wall. And also a scary as fuck plant that wants to kill me. Bobtron, what up? It's good to see you. So we're gonna leave those ruins. I'm gonna pretend those ruins don't exist. Those ruins are dead to me. I never even cared about those ruins in the first place. I found some more ruins though. Would you look at that? Ekach is the place that we found. Ooh. Oh yeah, this also isn't my music. This is the game's music. You know, it's kind of funny. Sorry if anybody is watching who left one of these comments, but ooh, a spotter. I've gotten a couple comments on my VODs about this game of people saying, "Man, I wish this game would get the Dwarf Fortress treatment." I would love to see this game with an actual graphics pack. It's like, okay, first off, the game, this is what the game used to look like. So this is what the game used to look like. So the 3 of you out there who are like, "Man, this game would be great if it, you know, had graphics." Okay, so I'm seeing spiders and bookshelves. I played a free version way back when the game was free a billion years ago, but not much. I mean, it's perfectly playable. Poke around my workshop here. That's a book. Supported the Angler. It's like Call of the Angler. Oi, that hoit. Ooh. Mimicry where certain humanoids have. Was a book we just found. What, this? This is nothing like Steam's Dwarf Fortress's adventure mode. If you want to try adventure mode, it's like in version 47. Just go download it and try it. This is nothing like adventure mode. But adventure mode tends to make me want to play this because this is much more of an RPG. Adventure mode is much more of a sandbox. So if you look up at the top, there's a few stats. One of these is this. This is money. Money is water. So you'll notice that my money is going down while I'm walking around out on the overworld because I'm drinking water. We found another ruin called Mercury Field Abimus. Ooh. This is a cool one. We have to be careful here. Because now things aren't made of fulcrete, they're made of marble. Sails and coral were crushed in the geologic press and painted into ribbons of impurity and polished along the ideal plane. Also worth looking at are the trees. The dogthorn tree is a tangled nest of roots spill through the earth, and the bark is splintered into pointy spines, and its leaves are greasy and stinking. The blue stuff is water, yeah. So a pool of 500 grams of salty water. There'll be Durgans over there, which I will read their description for you too. Dawn gliders, hostile average. This feathered serpent glides upon great leathery wings. The air about her colorful plumage shimmers with heat. And she leaves her wake a blazing trail. Leaves in her wake a blazing trail. That's the words I was looking for. I have to be careful in here, though. Although there's a computer here, so I can get insulted and called not an aristocrat, because we are a mutant, not a cyborg. If we were a cyborg, we'd be able to use the computers. Take some pot shots with my pistol. Assuming I can hit, which I clearly have terrible aim. I did hit it, though. That hurt. I'm gonna force bubble. That. I broke the space-time continuum. I'm going to carefully walk away. Please don't make me go somewhere else. I don't want to go somewhere else. It's just a friendly local black hole. Okay, you're dead now. It's okay, it's calming down now. Salty water is not free money. Seeing little dots down there. Free money is clean water. Wait, what about Brazil? Oh, you mean like I don't want to go somewhere else? I mean, last I checked in Brazil, there isn't like weird pyramids that Insta give me. Can I disintegrate things in midair? I don't actually know. Turns out I can. 1, 2, 3. Let's peek around. There's a bedroll up there. This horn goes so goddamn hard. The best part about this soundtrack is it is either your favorite part of the game or you turn it off immediately because it gives you an anxiety attack. And there's like no in between there. Yeah, it's all salty water. It's useless. So this is one of the computers. You are no aristocrat. Goodbye. They tell you to sod off. But if I break through this light glass wall next to it, we can go up to this. There's a weird artifact in here. Let's read it. It's an optical technoscanner. These are implants. Now they're useless to me because I am a psychic mutant, but they're worth quite a bit of money. You feel like you're on a trip watching this game? Light spoilers for some medium mid-end game stuff, so I'll hold my hand up when the spoilers are done. I'll put it down when it's done. There's a quest line in this game where you literally have to take mushrooms and the UI starts shifting in a way that it actually makes you feel like you're on, like, LSD or shrooms or some other psychedelic. It's wild. If you think this game makes you feel high, you should get to the end game. Oh, interesting. We found a skill for a skill chip, essentially, for a... Found night vision for a... Truekin. It's not necessarily a game for drug people. This game does drugs so that you don't have to. I mean, I know I can't gain the aristocrat title. I'm just here to sell the shit. I'm a scavenger. All right, let's keep moving. Yeah, true. Hylox will do it to you, if that's how you pronounce that game. I've never played those games, but I watched somebody stream one of them, or the first one, I think. Down to these ruins. Tantalonium Iwar? Or books? What are these balls made out of? Tarnished chrome. The poison aqua moss brightens the metal from and attracts brass drunk bugs. Brass drunk bugs. That's just a wrought iron fence. Sigil is a stream, chat. Did you know that? Strata the Sunset Effect. Also, hi, HQMD. What's up, dude? The envoy was captured by the bear. Dr. Atkin has devoted a vast sea of monstrous vessels and mounting its waves. We are a small, twisted race of jungle dwellers, Perth founded by a clan, Pletzroth, and the vessel clans of Winniswolf and Calypso in 102 pp. If we knew the size and itch of one of Ispel's ice sheets, then this means that there was either were structures and physical laws operated from upon such material substances and its atoms could not escape mortality. And its presenting unsullied faces to the heart of the air passes freely over the sundries they wrought in the machines from her naked womb. To inhabit 100 Earths, you see, years ago, after the parenthetical dates signify their occurrence prior to publication. That actually read like a functional-ish sentence. It's a Discord word story game, pretty much, yeah. Although you'll never hear the word Urist in the stories in this. So books are worth money. I can also trade them in for XP at a certain vendor. Utara. Ooh. So two scary things here. If I hold down Alt, it'll actually show me what's hostile. There's a gun there. That gun could either be a complete trivial non-threat, or it could kill me in like 2 shots. So I'm gonna shoot that first. And I catch it on fire, apparently. That's unexpected. All right. This game? So it's about a 20-hour-long RPG, but you can completely ignore the story if you wish. I think the story is phenomenal, and we are slowly playing our way through, as I usually do when I play this game. But you can just play it like a sandbox if you wish. I think there's credits now. There wasn't the last time I finished it. But I've finished all of the content up until the most recent update, which added a new zone to the endgame stuff. But I've gone all the way up to the spindle and done all that stuff. But yeah, no, it's a 20-hour-long RPG. There's 3 ways you can play this game. 3 modes of play. There's the classic mode, which is what we're playing. So if I die, I'm dead. I lose this character. I lose all my progress. Back to the beginning. Start over. It re-scrambles the history, and you start again. And regenerates your world. You can play on, I think it's called roleplay, which is sort of like basically the same. Except you get a checkpoint at each town. So if you want to like not lose 30 hours of progress, you can still lose a lot of progress. As I've only been like to 1 town in my time playing today, you can still lose a lot of progress. But if you are playing a it with Wander turn, maybe at some point I should do a Wander playthrough. I should play like a tutorial and try and overly explain everything. But if you are playing a Wander playthrough, you're not going to lose, 20, 30 hours. You're just going to lose like whatever you did in between the 2 towns. And then there's the third way to play, which is Wander, which is you don't get XP from killing things. Most things are neutral to you, and you get most of your experience from just doing the quest line. So if you just want to play it like a story-based RPG with a lot of talking and reading, you can just do it that way too. Which I think is the best way to do it. Like, it's a hardcore roguelike with, like, dailies and weeklies and challenges and all kinds of things that proper roguelikes have, but, like, it's also got a lot of very accessible features for people who maybe aren't so interested. Ooh, a lair. That's interesting. Chat, we discovered the lair of Ka, the legendary Dawn Glider. Which apparently levels me up to level 12 just for finding it. And we get a mutation point and an attribute point. It speaks Crow, clearly. And there's a statue right here, which I'm going to go take a peek at before this chameleon attacks me. Hey, it's a shrine to Recef. Look at that. The Ghost in Carillion. This shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Recef. This is one of the storied characters that does not change each time, but discovering their history fills out your logs essentially and gives you some progression in this in the game. One starry evening, a babe was found swaddled with its mouth full of circuits by a group of Beetles in Red Rock, and they took him into their fold and fostered him, and he became known as Recef, the coiled lamb of Beetles. Those are basically like weird sentient computer things. But that chameleon there needs to die. So we're gonna blast it. So anyway, I started blasting. There's no longer a chameleon there. I'm gonna... Hold on, what? Oh, I was trying to leave the map and it's like, why am I hearing the combat sound? It's because there's actually just dudes off map trying to fight with me. I'm gonna wait until... Gonna walk back onto the map now. All right, so there's a scary frog over there, a bunch of angry turtles over on the right, and some chameleons on the left. It's an ice frog, most renowned for making Dota. She gulps and shivers tufts of her rhine-harped nostrils. I like how I'm just like hitting stuff off in the... I just shot something way off in the distance, which is very funny. Okay, we shot you. I'm actually gonna jump through my skill tree real quick. I'm going to, because I've been saving points for a bit, grab points in pistol. We could also grab Akimbo and work on our agility and learn to dual wield. But currently, for purposes of determining your accuracy with pistols, your agility is treated as if it were 4 points higher. So essentially, I am now way more accurate with pistols. Let's also go back over to here and grab some other skills that I'm going to need. Whoops. I can never remember the actual hotkeys to get into this menu, so... We're gonna grab Carbide Chef. Whenever you gain a level and 5% of the time you explore a new map, you become inspired for 2 days, while inspired the next time you cook a meal by choosing ingredients, you get a choice of 3 dynamically generated effects to apply to the meal, and then you can create a recipe for the following effect. So essentially, I can basically make a potion to just give me the same effect each time with a meal with the same ingredients. Why can I not? Oh, I see. Like, keep on trying to hit a button that I literally can't anymore because I now have a new skill. I kind of don't know if I want to fight a legendary Dawn Glider, though. I like that the chameleons are fighting with the... Let's just dip down here. All right, let's just get out of here. I don't want to be stuck in here. Force bubble. Let's get out. I'm still bleeding in the overworld. That's terrifying. My day is going pretty good. So one of the reasons I was collecting those books is I can now go to church. And in church, I can speak to this person. An ad's about to run, so I'm going to let it run. But things are going pretty good, Huff. And also, you know, just thanks everybody for hanging out today. Is your character a mercenary, or is there some level of role-playing where you can become anything you want? Yes. I mean, you can join different factions, you can befriend certain people, you can become so befriended with certain factions that you can just walk up to any of them and be like, join me on my quest, and they'll follow you. You're not a mercenary, you're not particularly hired. I mean, like, you do odd jobs for people that they send you out on, and there's some, like, very RPG-ish quests that you go and do. Cake and steak. Ooh, cake and steak. That's kind of thingy. I can bail from combat because of an ability I have. When I am in Force Bubble, I am invulnerable, so I can bail when I'm in Force Bubble because my build is like, I'm basically just a wizard, a super duper 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 squishy wizard. I could die in like 4 or 5 hits from most things, so I have a shield that I can turn on, and when I have the shield, if I'm in the overworld, I can jump up to fast travel and just vamos. I also have teleporters that can teleport me out from underground areas, but if you're playing like a bruiser that doesn't have a shield like that, then you're either limited to the teleport devices or goring your way out. But because we're a squirrely little wizard with guns, I have a shield ability that lets me jump out at any time. Almost any time. Not quite any time. Has to be off cooldown and such. So this is Shiba Hadris, the caravan guard and librarian of the Silt. So this is a camel person librarian. Live and learn, wanderer. Have you come across any books or scrolls in your travels? Do you dare donate to the cathedral library? Whenever you return, you may speak to me and read anything that you've donated. What use is a library in this salt den, or in the marshes, strangled by wild plants and poisoned by the glow? Wouldn't a stash of vine reapers serve us better? You share the pessimism of my kin, and several of the priests as well. My heart hears you, but listen to my words. You maybe will be, maybe you will come to feel as I do. Devalue wisdom is to devalue the phosphorescence that she shines from the void, refracting light and illuminating those around her. So does the written wisdom of our elders. The machinery of chromium is complex and in its divinity. Don't we do a disservice to our fathers when we remain ignorant of it, of our past and our future? Don't we deserve the joy of knowing? Bless Eschalt II, first child, for he believes as I do. Similar to Kenshi? I don't know if I'd say it's similar to Kenshi, but I certainly got, like, same itch. Sort of like how, like, Songs of Six and Gore Fortress scratch the same itch. Very different games, though. So now I have all these books in my inventory. I can just be like, select all, and give me XP. So I donate all of these books to the library, and I get 5,797 XP. And I level up. Cheers, Nomad Kane. With Chimera X5 unstable genome start. Yeah, that's just the fucking I'm a ballsy weirdo, let's go start. Ooh, I swell with inspiration to cook a mouth-watering meal. Delicious. Let's go see what kind of mouth-watering meals I can create. Actually, what do I even have in my inventory for cooking? Not much. I'm just gonna clean all my stuff. I mean, if you're gonna go unstable in the genome, you also, like, by law, have to go spontaneous combustion. Like, legally, I think that is required, that you go spontaneous combustion. I realize I'm behind my camera, but you're not missing much. The most arms I ever had was 14, and then they added an achievement for having close to that many arms. I'm gonna look at this shrine to Recef, Ghost in Carillion. One starry evening, a babe was found swaddled with its mouth full of circuits by a group of beetles. Once again, find that. I can go over to you and be like, yo, bud. And then I can tell him the secrets that I've learned about Recef, which is in 3 AR, Recef cleansed the marshlands of plagues of Gyre and taught Abram to sow water vine along its fertile tracks. And in the year 6, Recef, above the Ghost of Carillion, the coiled lamb of beetles, died of natural causes at 216 years old, and I can press backspace and get some more XP. Place is just free XP. Who likes you? You're hated by winged mammals for giving one of their kind an unfavorable horoscope reading. Hated by the villagers of Coolball for eavesdropping on their secret ceremonies. Yeah, I'm good. I don't like to be hated by villagers. There was one time I pissed off plants so much I went into a certain town and the shopkeeper tried to kill me, which was kind of funny. Samples. Samples. Not what I need. Does have salve injectors though. You love that plant? It was the first time I ever saw him too. I was very perplexed. It was the one in the mushroom village. I just walked in there and he's just like, tries to kill me. I'm like, what the why are you attacking me? What did I do? Oh, you're a plant. I get you. Also, there's smokable hookahs in this game. You just press spacebar and make smoke appear. Very good video game. It's my favorite useless feature in a video game. From what I can tell, it does absolutely nothing. Although I would be very amused if, like, you smoked enough of the hookah, you just, like, keeled over and died. Data discs, that might actually be useful for me. Just curious about what he's got. Ow. They attack you on sight. It's not necessarily ethnicity, it's factions, but because, like, I don't know. I kept encountering Snapjaws that were part of that faction. It was weird. It's just like there was one time, I don't know what happened in the history of that particular world, but I spawned into a random town, just a random town in the desert, and everybody just immediately started killing each other. I don't know what, I didn't do anything. I was literally level 1, and then suddenly there was just like fucking fireballs and rockets and stuff flying across the map. Like, what is happening? They weren't trying to kill me, though. You've seen that happen before? It's always funny, though. Schematics drafter. A force bracelet, high explosive grenade. I often kill the schematics drafter and take his stuff when I'm a tinkerer. I do have points in tinkering, so kind of tempted, but yeah. I'm actually looking for stuff to cook, specifically spicy foods. Ooh. I mean, actually, I could just go for like a consistent healing thing. I mean, I already have bear jerky. Oh, you've got honey. I'm gonna trade you 2 implants and implant for that honey. But I'm also going to take your other honey. I'm taking both. I'm taking all your honey. Honey is basically meds in this world. Let's also go back to the Herb Dasher. Arbor Dasher, which somebody on YouTube was very miffed at me for mispronouncing. You know what? I don't care. They follow the quest, but not like in a particular hurry. Yeah, no, I'm usually not slightly. Here's the thing though, like the main quest line still hard, even if you're over leveled. So I'm never in a hurry when I play through. It's like you just nonchalantly play through the storyline while also just doing a bunch of random side stuff and like looting legendary treasures and like nuking towns and stuff.